Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Dracula Origin. Next thing we need to do is get those shields. Or get the right shield. There's 3 there that look like they might be the ones we need. We need to figure out which one it is. And in order to do that, we need to go back to the crypt to get an item that I forgot. It is in here with Jonathan Harker. It was a second book that was beside his leg that I missed.
A book on chivalry. Curious. Could it be that Harker found something in this book?
Let's see. For doesn't our faith welcome all others to its bosom? For isn't the essential purpose of our devotion towards God but to affirm our unique, yet at the same time universal nature? This was, in effect, the most striking thing for these holy armies who departed to spread the word of God in the pagan lands. Battling anew, killing or being killed, so that at last a startling truth would shine forth. The word of God was already there awaiting his servants for centuries. Filled with an unwavering and diving conviction, we proceeded to impose the singularity of our faith through war. Yet it was peace that imposed this now faith in God on us, a faith that we discovered to be universal. A glowing symbol of this universality and timelessness of God, which transcends us is the Pelor shield. Vestige of an antediluvian civilization, it passed through time like other monuments or statuettes. How it came to be on the arm of a Christian that it saved in the clash of battle, no one knows. But from then on it passed from father to son, from night to night. It was by manipulating it through chance during the course of an evening of lectures and prayers that the presence of God, nestled in the heart of this weapon for centuries, manifested itself. An old allegory describes this miracle. The spirit in the ether, turned towards the divine, the affable Philotimus, manipulated his weapons as a child would a bell, crossing the 2 moons and aiming the arrows so that the golden darts target the neighboring silver, and that a silver, in his turn, points towards a nearby bronze. He listened dreamily to the chant of the chaplain who reminded the sacred souls of this sermon. The first words of God barely spoken, the celestial rays shot forth, blinding them and throwing them into a panic. All prostrated when, miraculously, day broke in the middle of the night. The divine light slept. We called it shone. So that gives us a clue as to what we need to do to activate the shield once we figure out which one it is. And I think in order to find out which one it is, we need to have a look at this painting once again.
The remains of a half-charred tapestry.
And we need to look at this ribbon on the arm of the knight who has the shield.
One of the knights carries on his arm a pink ribbon.
There we go. He was able to inspect the remainders of a tapestry. Dracula is visible. One of the knights with golden armor and a very unique shield is carrying around his arm a ribbon the color rose, which means that is the knight that gave the ribbon to, or the knight who received the ribbon from the woman that Dracula loved. So Dracula hated this guy, and for some reason he was carrying the shield of Pelor. So now we know what shield it is. It's the one in the middle.
All of these shields are alike. It is because the collector is researching Pelor, the shield of the sun.
Okay, so based on it is here. Yep. It's the one in the middle. And we have to rotate. I don't remember. Nope. Documents. This one. Okay. Crossing the 2 moons and aiming the arrows so that the golden darts target the neighboring silver, and that a silver in his turn points towards a nearby bronze. Okay. So gold has to be pointing towards silver, and silver has to point towards bronze. And it's not quite right. This looks good. Okay, so then we have to turn
the legendary shield. I found it.
Okay. I thought I had to turn the half moons, but I suppose not. Anyway, we've got Pelor. So now the thing to do is to get through this door.
Now I must find something to attract the beast.
Alright, so first we'll have to lure this vampire woman out of her lair with a bowl of blood.
Fiat Lux.
You shall be cursed, and may you and your race rot like carrion under the burning sun. I will hunt you down. I will find you, and I will make of your short existence a hell of suffering. I will rip out your eyes, ears, and nails.
Well, it may be a little bit hard to do all that when you're dead. So now that she's dead, we can go through the door.
Ah, how dreadful.
Yes, how dreadful. VH. I wonder who he is. Anyway, there's a pot of something next to him, so we'll grab that.
This pot of grease, despite its vile smell, could be handy. I'm
Grease.
taking it.
What else is useful in this room? Well, first we've got another coffin to destroy. Another 2 coffins.
There. Perfect.
Gotta make sure Dracula can't get any rest.
Perfect.
And of course he keeps a lot of things inside his coffins, so that gives us an opportunity to loot.
A painting depicting Jada when she was human. She was a lovely, timid, brown-haired girl with an angelic look. She was called Jada Dahmer. Poor child.
Ah, poor child indeed. So let's grab a book and a key from this one.
There, a book.
Let's see. That he who attaches himself to the services of an ethereal spirit shall thusly possess a strength of uncommon degree. Fogs and emanations have nothing to fear from the living. No weapon or gun held by the hand of man will be able to reach them or make them flee. Only the elemental forces, the terrestrial powers that come from the center of the earth or flow from the skies, can create doubt in the depths of these black souls and sometimes even destroy them. Interesting.
A key. What can it open?
I'm sure we'll find out shortly. And
No, I cannot do that.
okay, we cannot do that. What we need to do is use our crossbow arrow on the instrument here. A mandolin, I
With
think?
this, I can cut one of the strings.
And we'll steal a string from it. Yes, it was a mandolin. And with that string, we should be able to string our crossbow. There we go, and put the arrow in. There we go. Now we've got a crossbow that is ready to fire. And we've got curtain cords attached. Might as well do that now. We will have to do it later. Okay, and I think that's everything in this room. Seems like it, so let's use the key on the big door here.
It's the apocalypse. The ritual has begun. And this green cloud, they are the damned souls awaiting their return to Earth. And, oh, Nina, she is under the demon's power, behind the swarm of ethereal figures. I must make my way to her.
Well, darn it. We have to find some way to stop Dracula, but he's guarded by this swarm of ethereal creatures. So, what did that book say? Something about terrestrial powers being the only things that can stop them.
It is an immense bookcase panel.
Well, let's see what we can do about maybe calling down some lightning. It is a thunderstorm after all.
Panel.
Yes, we know that.
This bookcase is movable. I could push it, but the mechanism seems to be jammed.
Okay, so we have to push the bookcase. But first we have to unjam the mechanism somehow. With our... with the grease. That should help. Grease up the rails and the bookcase should slide forward.
There. Perfect.
So let's push the bookcase forward.
It is moving. Perfect.
Awesome, and it seems like it's got a metal top.
This bookcase goes up to the ceiling, and the top is metal. It charges with electricity when lightning strikes.
Exactly what we needed. But now, it's still too far from the guard to do anything. But there is a puddle of water here. So I suppose... I don't know, maybe if we wet the curtain cords? No, that won't work. And curtain cords by themselves won't really conduct electricity.
This statue is made entirely of metal.
But the metal statue might...
Useless.
How do we connect the two? Well, we do have this coat of mail. There we go.
This can conduct electricity.
Should be just long enough to do that. And now... well, the only thing we've got left is these curtain cords. So let's tie it to this knight.
This can conduct electricity.
And I guess we'll tie the other end to the other knight. There we go.
Before confronting Count Dracula, I must be armed with the only weapon that will stop this vampire.
Oh, it looks like we're free to just go across. So let's grab our crossbow and go through.
The ground is humid and charged with electricity. I must construct a temporary bridge.
Right, so we need to construct a temporary bridge with, well, items that I don't have. I've forgotten something somewhere. So let's leave and see if we can find what I need. There's got to be some way for us to go through there. Some sort of... I don't know, something that will not conduct electricity. Nothing in here, it would seem. So let's continue back this way. I think maybe the room we first came in should have something. Some sort of... oh, right here, a coat of some sort.
An old fur coat. If the cold worsens, it will be handy.
There we go. That should work just fine. Now all we need to do is run back to the room with Dracula and kill him. To stop him before he resurrects his dead love. Okay, so use the fur coat right here.
Now I can pass. Or rather, jump.
With the crossbow in hand, we will pass through here and kill the Lord of the Castle.
Mina.
Professor. It's you! It's delightful to see you again. But look at the stage you're in. Here. Give me your coat. Would you care for a drink?
With pleasure. I will be needing something warm in this weather. So, stay by the fire a few minutes.
And he's still alive. Although we did save Mina, so I suppose it's not a total loss. I guess the best thing we can hope for is that he stays in his own country this time and leaves us alone. Well, that's the end of this game. I hope you enjoyed watching it. And sorry it took so long to get this final episode out. I was on vacation. But now that I'm back, I should have a few videos up. Maybe not daily, but I'll have them up at least one per week. I don't want to stop entirely, but it does take some time to get these videos done, and I don't have as much time as I would like. But I will try to update as often as possible so that you guys will not be without your entertainment. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this one. I'll start another game soon. Either go back to Disciples or start something else. I'm not sure which yet. But I will see you then.